After two collisions that put his team 45 laps behind, one of the longest and most problematic driving stints of Christophe Bouchou's career comes to a merciful end at 3:15 a.m. Moments later, Lucas Luhr's frustrating shift in the 95 also comes to a close, and immediately, the still infuriated driver will seek out the crew member responsible for the seatbelt tape implosion.
Who put it on?
I put it on.
You cannot do this.
I'm not going to anymore.
We lost fucking 2 laps because of
I understand. I'm sorry.
As the engines roar into the deepest part of the night, Level 5's crew members steal fleeting moments of sleep. But there will be no shut-eye for David Stone and his 2 engineers, who leave their posts only when nature calls. Performing at peak levels hour after hour also takes its toll on the machines. At 5:09 a.m., just 29 of the original 44 cars remain in the race. After driving in silence for 15 minutes due to another radio malfunction, Sascha Maassen guesses correctly that it's time for a pit. When he delivers the 55 to Manu Collard, it remains 45 laps down. Level 5's hopes now rest with the 95 car. But despite fast laps and efficient pits, Ryan Hunter-Reay's latest stint ends with the car still in 4th position, 4 laps down.
The guys are doing a great job. We have some braking issues where the pads are going away quicker than we'd like, but you know, it's fun out there. We're having a good time. I can't believe they started this race at 3:30 though. Usually when you see the sun come up, you think you're almost there, and we're not going to be even almost there.
A caution gives the 55 crew a chance to work on the radio problem that has plagued the cars since the start. The result is a 5-minute pit, but at this point, the object is not to win, but simply to finish the race.
We're 16 hours in here at Daytona. Sun's coming up. It's kind of cold and windy. The number 95 car we're running in 4th place right now. It's just making real steady laps. We're hoping for some yellows that don't involve us, so maybe we can get a couple of laps back. It'd be great to get back on the lead lap if we could.
For the next few hours, as time and attrition claim more victims, the 95 maintains its stranglehold on 4th position. Only 25 cars remain in the race.
Take a look at this car, boys. Lucas Luhr, the right rear's been hit with something. The side panel off of the lower bodywork has come askew. See it there?
Yeah, that little fence. There's a lot of fence behind the rear wheel. Looks like it's come loose. The key there is he doesn't want it to cut down that right rear tire. It's heavily loaded as it is. And the cornering speeds, there you see it torn back.
Yeah, I think he's okay because it is torn back. Unless they don't like the way it looks and think that it's going to fall off, they might bring him in to have it torn off. But I think it's not rubbing the tires. The good news.
The 55 is now 54 laps behind, but Sascha Maassen is determined to do whatever it takes to gain ground.
I think I damaged the car a little bit because I had a contact with a GT car. I showed him that I made a move, but he still decided to turn in, and then there were 2 cars on the same spot on the racetrack, which is never good. Luckily, there was no big damage, and we could continue, and then I had a nice fight with the 77 car, another prototype.
The 95 may be a long shot to win the race, but as it gradually narrows the gap on its closest competitor, a podium finish isn't out of the question.
And this guy, Ryan Hunter-Reay, is less than 30 seconds in arrears of Brian Frizzell. So no more errors can be afforded by the 6, otherwise the 95 is ready to pounce.
The sun's still not out. It's still cold, miserable, and windy. We're closing in on 3rd place, though, in the 95 car, and I'd really love it if we could give Scott a podium here.
We're kind of battling with the number 6, the 6 Michael Schenk car to try to catch him, and we're pretty much holding our own.
Frizzell just went spinning off. Too bad he didn't hit anything. I agree.
We started that session with them like 45, 50 seconds in front. We ended with them 28 seconds in front, so we caught them a lot.
It's going to be really tough if we can get them. To get any further up than that, we're going to have some kind of problem for somebody else. Or if we could get a yellow maybe we could make a lap back or so, but it looks like it's going to be difficult for us to get, to win this thing.
Now Rich has got to go out there and lay down some good ones, and hopefully we'll have a fight for third here.
Richard Westbrook continues his team's solid work. It has taken 9 hours of painstaking effort for the 95's drivers to regain just one of the 4 laps they lost during the seatbelt and brake change pit stops. But at least they are still in the race. With Manu Collard at the wheel, the 55's exasperating day comes to a close when the engine fails and catches on fire.
We saw in telemetry that it just almost immediately lost crankcase pressure, so we knew that it probably cracked a piston or a cylinder sleeve, almost blew half the cylinder head off of the engine, and oil came out and got in the exhaust headers, and that's what caused the temporary fire. So the main concern anytime you have a driver in a car and there's fire is for him to get safely stopped, hopefully off the track. It all worked out fine. He got out safely and the car was not severely damaged from that.
This is not how Graham Taylor wanted his first Rolex 24 to end.
Long races like this always throw up peculiar situations. I'm getting used to it. It's better to have all the bad luck on one car than share it amongst the team. So hopefully the 95 car can run clean till the end of the race and maybe even pick up a podium. Well, we tried to get a yellow.
Yeah, you needed to spin out or crash, like what you call it.
Well, we did grenade the right hand side of the engine and spill oil onto the
track.
Did you need any help?
No, we're good.
You got it covered.
Yeah, thanks. Unless you can push it out onto the track.
I'm going to get my stuff and wander back to the truck and sit in the warm for a little bit and watch the rest of the race.
As the race passes the 22-hour mark, the 95 remains one spot away from a podium finish. But it does not control its own destiny. When Lucas Luhr takes over, the 95 is 2 laps behind the third-place car, the number 6 Ford Riley. Under normal racing conditions, there simply is not enough time to bridge that gap. Richard Westbrook's long day is over. He has done everything he can to put his team in a position to win. Now he can only watch, wait, and hope.
Really, we need some of the other guys to have a problem to get on the podium. There's not enough cars on the track to cause safety car periods. When you get a safety car period, that's how we get the lap back. So I think we just got to run to the end and hope someone has a problem. Because I think we deserve a podium. We've really worked hard all 24 hours, the whole week, testing on Fontana, and it'll be so nice for the team to celebrate with us on the podium. So fingers crossed.
But the leaders show no sign of faltering. The good news is the 95 has a 16-lap lead on the 75 car in 5th position. Barring a complete collapse, Level 5 has a lock on 4th place, for what it's worth. And then the 95, which enjoyed its share of lucky breaks early in the race, receives one final gift at the expense of the number 6 car.
The 6th car is smoking. The 6th car is starting to smoke, Lucas.
Bad luck has struck again, with Allmendinger behind the wheel to Mike Shank Racing and the Ford Riley.
With the number 6 out of the race, the 95 moves into 3rd, and immediately the strategy changes.
Might be worth telling Lucas just to bring it down just another notch.
Don't cost yourself a position if somebody's close to you.
Yeah. I think we're going to back down the RPM on our engine right now. But we're ahead of the next car behind us, so we can afford to ease it back some. Since several teams has lost engines, there's been 2 BMW engines go this weekend, and maybe we can pull off a podium finish. We've still got an hour and 15 minutes to go. Anything could happen to any of us still. But so we're going to be conservative and try and back it down a little bit, see what happens.
Just save our stuff. Save our stuff. Short shift, easy on the brakes, easy on the gearbox, everything. We're just going to survive here. Nice and easy.
Basically, we're racing against ourselves right now because we're 2 laps down from the leaders, and we should be in it for the lead right now, but circumstances are what they are. But it looks like we got to go out there and fight for our podium finish. So there's a lot to do.
The 95 team holds its collective breath as its final driver change goes off without a hitch. The 24 hours will end with Ryan Hunter-Reay behind the wheel. Only a crash, blown engine, or some other calamity can prevent a top 3 finish now. And there's always a chance the front runners, in a tight race for first, will burn themselves out.
We're doing everything we can to, we're doing short shifting and doing a lot of things. We would like to get on that podium. The competition's tough here, but it's not over yet.
You have a 1/6 lap lead. Just go easy. We're good. We can't lose it. Bring it home, Ryan.
And the Action Express team are just seconds, just moments away from victory in the biggest sports car race, kicking the year off here at Daytona International Speedway. This is exciting stuff. The Action Express team on debut go to victory lane at the Rolex 24.
Way to go, everyone. Fantastic.
Scott Tucker has proved he can do in racing what he's done in the business world. Assemble a competitive team and lead it to success. With help, in this case, from David Stone.
Congratulations, man. First podium on the second try.
For only the second time in 21 tries, and the first time since 1997, Jeff Brown has engineered a podium finish at the Rolex 24.
A lot of fun. Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
Third is good.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Second time here in a DP and already on the podium. This must make you feel pretty proud.
Yeah, I'm real proud, but really take my hat off to all the guys. Ryan and the other drivers did a fantastic job, the team, the organization. And the competition here is so tough, but it was great. And really proud of everybody and all the work that they've done.
It's a sweet moment for Ryan Hunter-Reay, who reaches the podium in his 5th try at the Rolex 24. For Richard Westbrook, who needed just one race to master the learning curve for the Daytona prototype. And for Lucas Luhr, who redeemed himself after crashing in practice. Christophe Bouchou did not drive the 95, but because he was eligible to do so, he joins his teammates in victory lane. And without his unfortunate run-in with the 75 car, the 95 might not have finished 3rd. The incident sent the 75 to the garage for about 15 laps. It finished 4th, 16 laps behind the 95. They outlasted the elements and persevered through hardship. They survived a jammed seatbelt and disintegrating brake pads. Through 24 hours of competitive madness, they were tested, challenged, and provoked. But they kept their focus on the task and their car on the track. Some Daytona dreams become nightmares, but for Scott Tucker, David Stone, and their Level 5 Motorsports team, the taste of champagne on the podium is a welcomed reward.
Obviously, you're always wanting to win. It's a pretty tall order at this race. So reaching a podium, I know several people, very prominent teams that have been here for 10, 20 years that have never reached it. So, it's an honor. We decided that we wanted to get to the top drivers, anywhere we could in the world, and getting guys like Lucas Luhr, Sasha Maassen, Bourdais on the team. Those guys aren't easy to get. They're the best in the world.
I have to say, because you've got so much time to think down the straights because they're so long here, and I was just thinking, I don't want to be anywhere else. The racing is just great here. It's mad. It's, you know, it's full on attack. There's no one's, you know, being conservative, and it was just real fun to be, you know, part of it. But then we had this stupid issue with the seat belt, and it's a real shame. But I think when I wake up tomorrow morning and I realise I stood on the podium in my first DP race, I'll be absolutely over the moon.
At the end, you lost a 24-hour race because of 2 pieces of duct tape. I mean, it's ridiculous. But things like this happen. It happened to all the best, and it's like the drivers going out in the pit lane at night. They have won races, championships, and smashed this thing into the wall. I mean, it's the same kind of deal.
I could have kept going for a little while longer. It was really nice driving in a car that fit right, and like Richard was saying, we all hit it off right away, and you know, we were all comfortable in the car, which makes a huge difference in a 24-hour race. Absolutely tremendous.
The last 3 or 4 days, we've had so much bad luck and so much adversity, and it would be easy for Scott to, you know, make the situation more pressurised by, you know, being, you know, throwing things around. But he was totally relaxed about it. He said, "Don't worry about it. You know, we'll get on with it. Let the team do their job." And he was right. And you know, we didn't have that pressure on us this race, and I think that really helped.
I really had a good time. I mean, I really enjoyed the race, and I had a good fight going on with a couple of, you know, famous guys. And we were up there. We were up front, you know, ready, going for it. And that's racing then. You always expect the unexpected.
The 95 car, we had, I think, a really good group of people. Jeff Brown, this was my first experience with him as an engineer. I had gotten good references from people I've known for many years in the industry, and he lived up to every expectation. And when I think back on it, those 2 things, the seat belts and the brake issues, if we just had the laps back from those, that was more than the amount of laps that we were down to win the race. But it's always easy to second guess and hindsight things, and that's a little bit of what I'm doing. But it's also things that you jot down, you don't forget, and the next time you're involved in a race like this, you just absolutely make sure those don't happen.
A lot of the little things that get in your way, but the main thing that was constant is that we had a real plan and a goal, and you know, it worked out.